And welcome back to some more Madden 20 Carolina Panthers franchise. We're in Season 2, Sunday Night Football, Week 4. Carolina at 1-2, as well as the Chicago Bears at 1-2. So both teams here, important early game for both teams as both teams look to salvage the first part of their seasons. Carolina coming off of an ugly win against Denver, but when you're 0-2 on the road, you got to take them ugly wins when you can get them sometimes. So, yeah, this is going to be an important game for Carolina to get to 2-2 after the 0-2 start. Get to 2-2, get back to 500. See what happens, around the NFC South, and maybe try to make a push for it in the second quarter of the season. So Chicago is an interesting team. They've obviously got a really good defense, but their offense, they have playmakers on offense, but Mitchell Trubisky is kind of struggling a little bit in his development as he tries to develop into a franchise quarterback. So we will see what he can do today. As you see what Christian McCaffrey did last week against Denver, almost 100 yards. No rushing touchdowns last week. So we will see what happens. Ron Rivera coaching against his former team. He obviously was on the 85 Bears defense, mostly as a special teamer. And we will see how this game goes as Mitchell Trubisky comes out. Chicago will get the ball first. As you can see, he's got 4 touchdowns and an interception so far this year. Right around 700 yards passing. So, decent start for Trubisky and this Bears offense. As they will get the ball first, and we will see what they can do here. Here is a run, and it is going nowhere. Tariq Cohen wrapped up by Brian Burns. I mean, if Brian Burns is going to start playing the run like that, making tackles for losses in the run game, he's already a dominant pass rusher in just his second season in the league. If he can develop into an all-around linebacker, I mean, look out, NFL. But here comes a pass, and that is complete to Anthony Miller. And that is a 22-yard pass, so that gets the Bears all the way to the 47-yard line. So a nice play by Trubisky to Anthony Miller to negate the tackle for loss by Brian Burns. First and 10 now. It is a play action. Trubisky doesn't know. What is he doing back there? I mean, what is he doing? He is getting sacked by Ziggy Ansah at the end of that. Well, what in the world? Either take off or throw it away. I mean, what is Trubisky doing on this play? I mean, that was a busted play right from the start. And he's out there like, dude, like seriously, like throw it away. I mean, what in the world are you doing? Oh, man, that was an ugly play for Trubisky there and the Bears offense, for sure. So Carolina's going to get the ball eventually. It's still scoreless. 7 touchdowns, 4 picks already for Cam early on here in the season. So gotta look out for the turnovers if Carolina is going to rebound from the 0-2 start. As Cam on this play, he finds DJ Moore for 16 yards on his first throw of the game. So a nice play by DJ Moore and a nice throw by Cam Newton there. As DJ Moore is a superstar development now. And he is really, like, you talk about these third-year breakout players. This guy is looking like he's going to be a third-year breakout this season. All of his attributes are going up, even the speed, but you can see a sack by Floyd, and that's going to be a loss for 8 as he does the mock Cam celebration. I think it's funny in Madden when the Panthers defensive ends start doing that. I always think that was funny, but obviously not funny when Leonard Floyd is sacking your quarterback for 8-yard losses. That's never fun or funny. So here we go, 2nd down and 11 as we continue the drive. And look at this play right here. A little screen pass to DJ Moore. Jukes the one defender, but unable to take it to the house. But that was a interesting play call. Like Norv Turner getting a little creative here in the, on Sunday Night Football. Team needs a win, and opening up the playbook a little bit. A little play action pass. A play-action screen pass to the wide receiver, and you can see Cam wanting a flag for roughing the passer. Cam should know by now that he's not getting those calls. He's never going to get those calls, but there's going to be no flag on this play as Khalil Mack forces the 4th down on that sack. So this drive will end there with that sack by Mack as he beats Taylor Moton off the edge to end the drive. So it's going to remain scoreless. Chicago's going to get this football back, and they will do nothing with it. Carolina with the ball back again. We are early in the 2nd quarter now as Cam Newton finds Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel, 1,000-yard receiver last year. He's off to a pretty decent start this year. Another one of those guys paired with DJ Moore and DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, who makes a play here, but he fumbles. But look at this. Greg Olsen picks it up, and he's going to take it to the house. What a busted play. Very fortunate play for the Panthers. That's one of those funny plays in Madden that you see sometimes. As there's a fumble and Greg Olsen's right there, and there's look how many Bears are what in the world, can't wrap him up. Khalil Mack can't wrap him up. I mean, he breaks 3 tackles on his way to the end zone. But like I was saying, along with Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, I mean, this could be as they continue to develop, as long as Cam doesn't regress, this could be a very dangerous offense for years to come, as we can see Taylor Gabriel making a play on 3rd down. And it's 7-0 Panthers after that crazy play by Greg Olsen, picking up the fumble and breaking 20 tackles and scoring a touchdown. 3rd down now. And look at this. This is a free play for the Bears, and they take advantage because Brian Burns jumped off sides, and it's a free play, and they take advantage of it. So 3rd down now. From the 18-yard line, it's still 7-0 Panthers, and look at this throw. Nice play to Allen Robinson. Beautiful throw by Mitchell Trubisky. Beautiful catch by Allen Robinson on that play, as it's going to be 7-7 after the extra point is made by Chicago.
Not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
So Carolina now 3rd and inches, and look at this. Breaks the sack and then completes the pass to Christian McCaffrey for a couple yards, but that keeps the drive alive as we approach the 2-minute warning here in the first half. As you can see, he breaks the sack there and then just out of desperation just hits his check down receiver. It was 3rd and inches, so you only needed a couple of yards. So great play there by Cam to keep the drive alive, and we'll see what they will do with it. It's another pass to Christian McCaffrey, who spins away from one tackle, and he's brought down past the 50-yard line. So Carolina now, waning moments of the first half, and there's another pass to DJ Moore. And Carolina in the waning moments of this first half, driving, threatening, but he's going to be sacked by Khalil Mack again. 2nd sack of the game for Khalil Mack, and it is 7-7. And look at this. Isn't it nice to make routine kicks with your kicker? I think it's nice because I haven't really experienced that all that well through the first season and 3 games of the second season of my franchise. But we're going to halftime up 10-7, so close game. Both teams making some big plays on both sides of the ball. And Carolina will go into halftime up 10-7. So one of the things to look out for in the second half is just not turning the ball over against the Bears. The Bears are one of the best teams in the NFL at forcing turnovers. So you just kind of want to just keep taking what the defense is giving them. I don't think that Mitchell Trubisky can beat this team in a shootout, but you don't necessarily want to get in a shootout either because, the Bears do have some good players in their secondary. They do have a good pass rush, and they do force a lot of turnovers. So that is something to look out for in the second half. You can see Atlanta goes up to 3-0, and I don't see the Saints. I believe the Saints are 3-0 as well. So definitely an important game here in the second half to not fall any further behind in the NFC South race, which is shaping up to be a 2-man race at this point in the season. But Carolina, with a win today, they can stay alive in that race. So here we go in the third quarter now. Cam scrambling out, and he's going to throw a deep pass, and there's a flag, and it is caught. And we'll see the flag is pass interference on the defense, so it doesn't matter. It is a catch. Beautiful play, and here comes Cam. He's going to complete it for a touchdown to Christian McCaffrey. He was stood up at about the 1-yard line. He powers his way through. Carolina jumps on top 17-7 now. Early in the third quarter, really just 2 plays, and Carolina's already in the end zone, and they're going to pending the extra point, which is good now, so 17-7. And here comes Tariq Cohen now, and he gets to the outside. So Tariq Cohen, he's been bottled up pretty well so far in this game, but if he gets off the edge, he's a dangerous running back. But as you can see, Carolina would force a punt, and you can see another play here where it's a tip pass, but DJ Moore alert and snags it out of the air. Makes a nice play, and Carolina is in enemy territory now. So a couple of weird plays. Fortunately for the Bears, that was not returned for a touchdown. As you can see, DJ Moore just Johnny on the spot, just making the play there. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 44. It is another pass. It's another completion to, guess who, DJ Moore, who is having an outstanding game today. 5 catches, 95 yards already for DJ Moore. As again, you see these third-year breakout players, especially at the wide receiver position. You could argue that last year was his breakout year, but it's looking like he might be one of the top wide receivers in the game his third season. As you can see, Greg Olsen there makes the catch, a tough catch in traffic, but down to the 7-yard line now. As you can see, he threw it in the coverage, but just puts it right in his bread basket. Down to the 7-yard line. Greg Olsen, he's a sight for sore eyes. He is the reliable old veteran there, still making plays at 35 years old. And here comes Christian McCaffrey, gets to the outside, touchdown McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the game. First rushing, he had a receiving touchdown on the Panthers' opening possession of the third quarter. So Carolina opening up the game now. It's 24-7 Panthers here as we get to the end of the third quarter. So looking to just take control of the game now. And just, like I said, I don't think down 17 that Mitchell Trubisky is going to be able to really, as we can see Tariq Cohen here on a punt return. Trubisky now, he goes to Trey Burton. Down to the 32-yard line. I actually don't know. I believe that was a punt return. I believe it was both teams went on 3 and outs before that play. But there's Daniel Linder with the fumble recovery there. at the 40-yard line. Carolina just taking control of this game. As I talked about Mitchell Trubisky, I mean, I don't think down 17 on the road that he is going to be that quarterback that can, that can bring your team back. But you can see who else but Luke Kuechly forcing the fumble on the sack. You can see Cam Newton, 245 passing yards today and a touchdown. So those were his numbers, but the Panthers weren't able to score. But here comes Tariq Cohen. Like I said, I mean, he's a dangerous guy. If he can get past the first wave of defenders, I mean, Tariq Cohen he's shifty, he's quick. He's a guy that can hurt you. But we can see Allen Robinson, that's another guy that can hurt you. Look at this play. All the way down to the 15-yard line. So Mitchell Trubisky trying to prove me wrong here as the Bears look to make a late push here at the end of the game. Here as we approach, we're almost to the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Looking to make a late push here, trying to make it interesting, play for a little bit of respect possibly, but they're still down 3 possessions, so they're going to have to score quick, and then they're going to have to get the ball back from the Panthers. But here we go with first and goal from the 2. It is a touchdown for the Bears. David Montgomery, the second-year running back, dives into the end zone here, and it's going to be 24-14. So the game's not over yet. I mean, if the Bears can force a quick 3-and-out, which they do, get the ball back, we'll see what they can do as Trey Burton gets all the way to the 49-yard line. Man, you know what? Trubisky must have heard me talking some smack about him, because look at what he's doing now as we approach the 2-minute warning. But there's a fumble picked up by Shaq Thompson. No, I'm sorry. Brian Burns picks it up. And I believe Luke Kuechly forced the fumble. And here's a field goal. Makes it 27-14. So that'll put it up, the Panthers up 13. So a 2-touchdown lead now for the Panthers. That pretty much will seal it. And Carolina is going to improve to 2-2. The Bears will drop to 1-3. So a disappointing start for the Bears, as they barely missed the playoffs last year after making the playoffs a couple of years ago and losing on the double doink field goal. But you can see it was a pretty good game. Not perfect by any means, but it was a pretty complete game. Did pretty well on offense and pretty well on defense. The kicking game was working. Didn't miss any kicks today. So Carolina will improve to 2-2. And, when you start looking at the NFC South, and, the Falcons are 4-0. The Saints are off to a good start. So you've already lost the tiebreaker to the Saints, losing to them in week 2. So it's an important win, and Carolina will look to keep the win streak going next week on the road against a struggling Green Bay Packers team who is at 1-3 after they lost this week. So I'll see y'all on Lambeau Field next week. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all later.